Hello and welcome to Narrowboat Chef. Today in the menu we're doing a lentil, dal and chapatis. Well, our version of.
Yes. So this recipe is another great one for using up lentils that you probably have in your cupboard. And it is super simple and easy to do. So let's get cooking.
Let's get cooking.
So first step is to wash your lentils. So we're going to wash them and let them drain thoroughly. So my lentils are draining and I'm just going to let them do their thing. You'll also want to pop the kettle on, not for a cup of tea, but you will need 750 ml of boiled water a bit later on, so pop that on as well. And then we're just going to get started with cooking the dal. Probably should turn it on first.
Yeah, that would be incredibly helpful.
That would be very helpful.
Often the process of cooking Maggie is the application of heat.
Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Good thing I've got you here.
Yep.
So to start the dal off, you'll need roughly about 30 grams of butter or ghee, if you've got ghee. We've only got butter, so we'll be using butter. Those geese. They like spoiling my shots. And you'll need 1 brown onion, just finely diced, and a teaspoon of garlic. We're going to start off by sweating our onions and our garlic, frying them for a little while in the butter. So now my onions have gone slightly brown and I've been frying for a couple of minutes. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of just curry powder and half a teaspoon of cumin, ground cumin. And once I've added those, I'll just cook them out for about a minute so that the flavour starts infusing. You don't have to mouth these things to me, you can say them.
Infusing.
So that flavour starts infusing.
Or releasing.
Or releasing. And once those spices, right? Yeah, spices, yes, have been added and infused, I will add the lentils. Once we've added those lentils, just make sure you keep stirring them, make sure they're not going to burn, and you just want to cook them off for about 2 minutes, just continuously stirring them. Scrape the sides of the pot if you have to, just to get all that flavour off so it doesn't, like I said, burn. Once you've been cooking them for about 2 minutes like that, we're going to add 750 ml of our boiled water, so it should be quite hot. And that's just going straight into the pan, and that'll help get all the flavour off that might be sticking to the pot. So give them a stir, and then you'll want to bring it to a simmer, pop the lid on and let it simmer for 20 minutes. While it's simmering, just be sure to stir it occasionally to stop it from sticking to the bottom. While the dal is simmering away, I am going to start on the chapatis. So the chapati recipe that I have is really simple. You only need a cup of flour, about a teaspoon of margarine and some warm water. A little bit of salt for a bit of flavour, but that's it. So for chapatis, I prefer to use plain wholemeal flour. Just adds a bit more flavour to them, but you can just use normal plain white flour. And I need to put Those geese. Need to put 1 cup of this into a bowl. I'm using my half cup measure, so I'll just have to put 2 of these in. There we go. Adding to my flour, I'll need about a teaspoon of margarine. Heaped teaspoon. And we're just going to use our fingertips and rub that in. So rub that in until all the margarine lumps have been smooshed into the flour.
Technical term, smooshed.
It is a technical term. And then you're going to use some warm water, so some of the water that you boiled earlier, but just make sure it's cool enough for you to easily handle. It's roughly about 75 ml, but just add it a little bit at a time, so you can add a little bit more or a little bit less, just until the dough is a firm dough. I'm terrible at this, I always make a mess. So as you can see, a little bit of water and the dough has become a firm lump. It's not like a sticky dough, so that's the consistency you want it to be at. Next step is to split the dough into 4 even pieces, balls, whatever you want to call them.
Pre-Chapatis.
Pre-Chapatis. There we go. Now I'm just going to sprinkle my bench with just a little bit of the flour, and then press out or roll out, if you've got a rolling pin, the little balls as flat as you can kind of get them, because you do want them to be quite thin. They just turn out a bit better if they're thin. So it should turn out something like that. Very thin. And just pop it aside for now. And continue with the others. Re-flour your bench surface if you have to. And repeat. I don't think I split that very evenly. I think this one's going to be bigger than the other one.
So that's my chapati, is it?
Oh, your chapati. I'm the one doing the hard work. I should get the bigger ones.
I'm doing stuff too.
You're supervising Dhal.
Supervising, looking after stuff, and I'm cooking rice as well to go with it all.
I see. So that is the chapatis done. Set them aside and we will fry them off just when the dal is just about done. My dal has been cooking away, simmering away for 20-25 minutes. Now I'm just going to take the lid off it and let it cook for another probably about 5, maybe 10 minutes, just to get it to a firmer porridge consistency, because there's still too much liquid in there for now. And while it's finishing off with the lid off, I'm going to fry my chapatis. Each chapati will take a couple of minutes to cook, so you want to add just a small amount of oil just to cover the bottom of the pan. Let that heat up and then add the chapatis one by one. If you've got a bigger pan and you can fit 2 in, go ahead and put 2 in. Ours is only big enough to fit the 1. So start cooking that for about 2 to 3 minutes until it'll start coming a little bit crispy, and it'll be golden brown on the bottom side. You want to flip it over. If you need to add a little bit more oil as you flip it, go ahead. And you need to cook the other side for another minute or so. Once they're cooked, put them on a plate ready to serve. My dal is nearly done. It has become the porridgey kind of consistency that we want. Now to finish it off, I'll just need to season it with a little bit of salt and a bit of pepper, and I'm also going to add a tablespoon of lemon juice.
So there you have it, that's our lentil dal and chapati recipe. We've just served it with a plain long grain rice that I cooked in my rice cooker.
You're like so proud of that thing.
I love it.
If you want to try our dal and chapatis, check the description below and I'll leave a link down there to our website which has all of our recipes on it. And if you do make it, send us pictures on social media because we like to see those.
We like to see them.
We'd also like to say a huge thank you to some new patrons. It boggles our minds that even in times like this when the virus is going around, you guys are still so generous. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
So we'd like to say a big thank you to our new apprentice chef level patrons, Andrew Boone, Philip Backen and Terry Sansom. Thank you so much, guys. And we'd also like to say thank you to our new commie chef level patron as well, Michael Reams. So thank you very much.
And thanks to all our patrons.
All our patrons and the people who are so kind to donate to us through PayPal as well. Thanks a lot, guys. Hopefully you are all staying safe and lockdown is easing, so be careful out there.
Yeah. Now I'm hungry, so we're gonna go eat.
Yeah, it's time for lunch.
So as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!
Bye! Ready again?
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Narrowboat Chef. Today on the menu we're doing... Was it lentil dal, wasn't it?
We're doing...
Today on the menu we are making, not doing.
Well,
That sounds better. Alright.
You have to back up a little bit, sweetie.
Okay, I'm in the fridge.
No, but like, that's good.
I'm in the fridge.
You're in the fridge.
My bottom's in the fridge. Well, technically the freezer.
Okay.
Got some cold buns. Right, you ready?
You're such a weirdo.
You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.